speech on interculture and opposed to multicultural and the historical background of the International Mother Language Day. His speech will be followed by 2 video documentaries supporting the origin of the International Mother Language Day. Ladies and gentlemen, let me present Mr. Frank Valera.
There you go.
Good afternoon. I'd like to begin by saying how deeply honored and grateful I am for being invited to join you in the celebration of International Mother Language Day. You know, it's such an important event. This day of commemoration, its history and its message represents both a sacred sacrifice to be remembered and, I believe, holds vital lessons for our shared future. The 21st of February was chosen to commemorate the 1952 language movement in Bangladesh, then a province of Pakistan. Each year, the Bengali people throughout the world have observed Language Martyrs Day in remembrance of those who braved brutal oppression and lost their lives in their heroic effort to preserve the Bengali language, their mother language, and sacred heritage from the threat of assimilation or, indeed, extinction. The sacrifices, as you've heard, of that movement soon led to re-establishment of Bengali as a national language in Pakistan, and also provided what many consider to be the foundation for the struggle for the ultimate independence of Bangladesh, which was, as you know, fully realized in 1971. In recognition of the significance of Language Martyrs Day and its fallen heroes, the United Nations UNESCO adopted in 1999 a resolution that did indeed proclaim the 21st of February as International Mother Language Day, a symbolic day to protect the vulnerable languages and cultures of the world. Today we seek to foster awareness of the importance of our languages and to encourage practical measures wherever and whenever it is necessary to protect language and cultures facing the threat of diminishment or extinction. Ladies and gentlemen, I join with you today out of respect for this proud and monumental achievement for the Bangladeshi people's language, heritage, and nation, and in recognition of the universal message this celebration holds for communities across the world. I have expressed many, many times over many years the importance of sharing and participating in one another's cultural and religious traditions and rituals. Indeed, part of my duty as a Member of Parliament is participating in the swearing-in of new Canadian citizens during citizenship ceremonies. I say to each of our new Canadians who come from all over the world to live here in this great country that the sharing of their culture, their language, dress, music, food, and faith traditions is to be a duty of their Canadian citizenship, so that ultimately their traditions may become mine and mine become theirs. Think about that. We celebrate all of our traditions together. This has personal significance for me, as I grew up here in Guelph on Alice Street as the grandson of Italian immigrants in a neighborhood called The Ward. And when I was a child, my parents spoke only English to me to speed up my integration into Canadian society, and from fear that I would be disadvantaged in my education if I learned Italian as my first language. Sadly, I never learned it. They and I came to sincerely regret that decision. Indeed, I'm embarrassed by that fact. I would therefore urge all of you to preserve your mother tongue and not make the same mistake with your own children. We in Guelph have been blessed with a vibrant community that understands the importance of language to the fabric of Canadian life. When I was a member of the school board, I vigorously supported the provision of our facilities to house the newly developed international language program at St. John's School, where today many, many languages are shared and preserved in Guelph. Through all the meaningful efforts of the people and volunteers of Guelph's Multicultural Festival and what was formerly Guelph's Multicultural Society, now Immigrant Services, as well as the Guelph Inclusiveness Alliance and other similar organizations, I have seen extraordinary advancements in our community's approach to the integration and welcoming of new Canadians. But I have come to believe that we must be more intentional and proactive in our efforts to engage cross-cultural interaction, mentorship, and understanding. We must place more emphasis on the need for and value of interculturalism, the need for us to have cross-cultural exchanges at all levels and at all points in our society, wherever possible. And as part of that developing effort, it has been recommended to me by Mr. Nazrul Islam to bring all of our cultural communities together on a day at or around this time each year to celebrate International Mother Language Day, and towards which goals I have already contacted the Multicultural Festival in the hope that with their participation we can, in fact, turn Nazrul's fantastic idea into reality so that we can celebrate our wonderful differences within our city as one community. The languages of our homelands are essential parts of who we are and where we come from. We know we should never shun but embrace and sustain those things that distinguish us from one another. We must never abandon but preserve them. And we know we must share our languages with our younger generations and from one community to the next. It is through that sharing that we demonstrate the fundamental Canadian values of freedom, equality, and respect. And it is why in Canada these values are expressed in almost every language of the world. Failure to do so ignores the very value found in the richness of our community's diversity and the true value found in sharing those things that distinguish us, like our language. Sharing breaks down barriers, turns misunderstandings into understanding, and ultimately turns acceptance into appreciation. In closing, it is my sincere hope that we have a wonderful International Mother Language Day. Thank you very much.